Alright guys, what's up? Welcoming Chris O'Fling as our next special guest on the podcast.
Hello, everybody.
We both share a definite passion for YouTube. You guys obviously know him from YouTube.
You're like a really terrible person.
What if But we talk a lot about views and other YouTubers and popularity and just like our lives in general, what we do from the emotional side, like up and down, like what we get mad at. So that's what we're gonna really talk about today, and just being happy.
Happiness.
Success. So one thing I want to point out, a couple days ago I tweeted this, I tweeted saying that one of our videos did really well, and for some reason that made me happy. And I was talking to Colby and I was saying, hey, I don't think that's a bad idea. Like, why are numbers on a screen the thing that makes me happy? And Chris tweeted me, he's like, dude, what the heck? I've had experience with that. Trust me, do not.
I was like, you gotta let that go, man.
Yeah, let's hear about your experiences with that.
I mean, for me, I wasn't trying to project it on you or anything. I was just like, I saw that and I was like thinking, I just got out of that mindset. Like, I don't know. I know what it's like, because for me, when I started doing YouTube, it was a thing where when I started to figure out like how I could get people to watch my videos, like numbers, how it all worked, and people really started receiving my videos in such a way. You know, I got to the point where like I would notice everything. Like I would be able to tell within the first like 5 minutes of posting a video based on the initial clicks and how the graph worked. I studied it. Really? I had it down to a science, and I knew within 5 minutes how it was going to do, and I let that determine my happiness for the next few days.
For the next few days.
And every time a video did better, it would be the new standard. So I think I got up to like 150,000 views in a day was like my peak. And you know, I had this idea, if I don't get 100,000 views on this video in a day, I'm depressed. That's just the way it is. It would ruin everything, man.
It's crazy.
It was so stupid.
No, I know exactly what you mean. A couple of my other friends, they would have like a peak month or something like that. Just not to name names, but they would legitimately go into semi-depression for a whole month because they set a new standard. Like you said, it wasn't the fact that, oh, that one did really well. No, it was that since that one did well, that was the new standard, and anything was below it was done. It's like basically setting a standard for anything, but I think this one's worse because it's just numbers on a screen. We're not.
It means nothing, really.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, you can make a video like my 100 layers videos, for example. I mean, people did love those videos, and I got a lot of stuff for that. But the number one video, like for me personally, like was I made this video about like makeup, and that video, even though it again did really well, like when I compare the amount of messages I get from that video and the amount of people that I guess I've influenced and inspired from that video to everything else, like that video, it's just that's the most important one, and views shouldn't matter. Like I have videos that have 100,000 views that have such amazing feedback. The feedback, I feel like, is what matters. But even the feedback, you know, you can't let it affect you to some point, because at the end of the day, why do we do this? And you have to really decide that for yourself. Like you can't have anyone else answer it. And for me personally, like I do this because I love to express myself. And if I express myself and people don't receive it, you know, as much as I do see that and say, well, how can I better portray my message next time? At the same time, like it's okay if people don't receive it. It's okay if for whatever reason a video flops. And you know, like we see with YouTube, like YouTubers complain about, you know, YouTube changes, the algorithm changes, sometimes views miscount. There have been times where I posted videos and notifications haven't gone out, and they've literally gotten like a 3,000 views in the first hour just because of like a glitch. And letting a glitch determine your happiness, letting numbers determine your happiness, it's truly the epitome of petty.
Like I've actually verbally complained to you guys on this channel about notifications not coming out and saying like, you know what, screw this, why am I even posting videos if you guys aren't gonna see it? And I've realized like, wow, I'm like legitimately getting angry, almost wanting to not do this blessed career, all because of a YouTube glitch. It made me think like, wow, from the outside perspective, I'm just saying like, wow, this is like a stupid problem, but like really looking into it, this is like such a huge blessing. So if one thing goes wrong, I shouldn't make that the end of the world, or shouldn't let that determine my happiness for such a long time, especially because what in the end is that doing? Well, I'm mad because I didn't get views, so I don't get what, money? Like why is me getting a certain amount of money or a certain amount of like a number basically determine my happiness. I should just be happy that I'm living in here, having cool experiences with friends and stuff like that.
I mean, for me, there was a point where, I mean, I'm sure, I know you saw it and other people have seen it. I'm not going to reflect on it too much, but there was a point where, you know, it wasn't even about money anymore, right? Like, I wasn't monetizing my videos because all it was about to me, I just wanted the approval of others. That's what it was about to me. But it wasn't like I just wanted people to be like, this was a really good video, Chris. What mattered was 10,000 people had to comment on the video something positive. And if 10,000, oh my gosh, that is so, like, looking at that from the perspective I have now, I look at myself and I just want to punch myself in the face because of how ridiculous that is. I don't have any concept of what 10,000 even is. Yeah. I don't think I've ever even seen like 10,000 of something. I remember I've gone to like shows and I've been like, wow, there's like 10,000 people here, and someone's like, dude, this is like 600 people. I'm like, what?
Like, wow,
that's what 10,000 is?
Yeah.
You know, we see these numbers on a screen and it's just, it literally loses its meaning. And the more you look at it, the more it loses its meaning. And like, you have your numbers open right here. And one other thing that I did that really screwed me up, and I don't know if you're the same way, is comparing myself to others.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It wasn't exactly that I wanted to do better than others all the time. It was that as long as I was doing as good as, okay, yeah, like, exactly. I'm okay.
There's always like a level. Like, what level are you at? This YouTuber or that YouTuber?
Like, even like you guys, I would be like, oh, Sam and Colby posted today. I'd be like, do they have more views than me? Oh, good. Okay, maybe I'm doing fine. It's just YouTube. It's not me. It's just YouTube. Like, I'm fine. or like yeah, we're at the same level. We have like, yeah, I don't know. Everybody. Yeah. I would do that with so many people. I would look at people who had posted that day, saw how many views they got in the time frame they did. I thought about it so much, overthought it so much that it started to deteriorate on my content, and I think it has for a while.
I know what you mean too. Like, living in this building, I'm about to move out, but living in this building, we live at like a YouTuber, Instagrammer, basically all social media people who are living in this type of a building, and seeing just the people that you walk by or go to the hot tub to, pulling 10 times your numbers, it really affected Colby and I when we first moved into this building. That kind of showed us, hey, why are we comparing ourselves? And when we stopped comparing ourselves and was just like, okay, can we do our own thing or just have a good time filming videos and doing our job? Because like we said before, this is an amazing job.
It's so stupid because at the end of the day, like, as long as I'm able to pay my bills, to afford food to eat, and a house under my head, that's all I need to be happy.
What else really matters?
As long as I can do this thing that I love, I don't need anything else. You know, as much as like it may seem to others, especially since I'm talking about obsessing over this, that like I just love money, it was more of a fear thing for me. I don't know about you. It was just this fear of like, you know, I have it this good right now.
Is it gonna leave?
If this goes away and I have to work at McDonald's, like, am I gonna go crazy because I have it so good right now?
That's just the same thing about setting new standards.
It was exactly like with the numbers, setting new standards, and
so this job is your new standard, and if you go lower,
I feel like this is almost really insulting to admit all this, but it feels really good at the same time because all of these thoughts, as much as they are like completely normal and human, you know, and I feel like everybody has them in some way or another. You compare your grades to others. I did that in grades in school.
Everyone's out there for
popularity
comparison.
To others. You're just comparing. You're setting new standards for yourself. Well, I'm this popular now. Like, even people like, well, this girl flirted with me and she's hotter than the last girl that I flirted with last year, which means I have to move up. It's just like,
the point is that you guys understand how petty comparison is.
Oh, comparison, man.
Why are other people's opinions, other people's approval the thing that makes you happy or not? I don't know. That's something we do this website called The Life Project. Explained to you a while back, but that was one of our biggest things is if you seek approval from other people and others people's opinions determine your opinions, that's the number one reason for depression and for loneliness, is because you need other people to make you feel happy. And right now, YouTube, that's basically doing the same thing, as I'm seeking a number or a website's approval for my happiness. So that's something that I've realized recently.
Yeah, I think for the longest time, you know, I saw the numbers and things, and I thought to myself, I just want to not look at the numbers. I had this idea in my head, you know, I'm just going to post videos. I'm just going to give them to my friend to post them on my YouTube channel with the thumbnail and show the tags I want. I'm just not going to look at it. Then I started to realize I watch YouTube. I'm going to see my videos and recommend it. But even still, it's like, you know, you can't avoid this. You have to really face this head on. And the only way to face this head on is to fully accept where you are at, and that no matter where you are at, no matter where you were at yesterday compared to today, no matter where you are today compared to any of your friends, any of your enemies, anyone, it's perfect.
Yeah.
It's an ego thing. It really is an ego thing. And
yeah, the only true way to make yourself happy is to accept yourself under any circumstances. If you can't accept yourself without the approval or opinion of others, there's no hope, honestly.
Dude, I mean, I think anybody who's one of my audience members, even though I've never said it explicitly, knows that I let the opinion of others get to me so much at one point.
And everybody does.
And everybody does. It's true. But
it's like human nature to need
really
the opinion of others. But it's also like the one guaranteed way to make yourself happy to stop caring about other people's opinions. So it's like contradicting yourself. It's like, God.
I feel what's so funny about it is, YouTubers, they all have a message. And I think yours and mine are very similar. Like my core message, one of them is like, love yourself. And I've said it so many times. And I did at one point love myself. But I think when I really started to get involved in the whole number game and comparison game, I was still saying, hey guys, love yourself. But I wasn't loving myself.
Yeah.
It's
crazy to find your own message like through yourself.
Yeah.
it's insane. But yeah, anyway guys, I hope you learned that aspect, or at least are thinking about that for a second, saying, you know what, quit comparing yourself, because even us who have very blessed jobs are still letting comparisons, whether that be views, comments, approvals, get to us and cause us emotion, like make us sad.
Exactly.
It doesn't deserve to be that way.
As much as I feel like everybody on YouTube tries to put on a front, at the end of the day, we are human. And I think I mean, at least for me, like, this is so therapeutic just to come out and say, I'm really dumb sometimes. Like,
no, definitely. And it's a really relieving.
It feels good to just like say that to anyone.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not like it's gonna be perfect by any means.
No, of course.
But take it from other people who, like, obviously we have very, very blessed jobs and lives, and we still feel that same thing with comparison. We're still working on that, but we know that comparison is the root of the evil that's happening. So
it's the self-perpetuating cycle of BS. It's terrible. It's bullcrap.
It's crazy. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed that podcast and learned a little thing, or maybe made you think. But either way, please check out Chris O'Fling. All of his stuff will be in the description. Once again, he does these awesome videos and has a very close message to us too. Like, we have similar messages, so please go check him out. But either way, I'll see you tomorrow. So peace out. Adios.